Hi, I'm Rich Pyle, the host of Hole Nation, where we share everything this cornhole and a lot more. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and catch our new videos every Wednesday at 7. And remember, whether it's sticky or slick side down, bring it.
What do you say? Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody. Cornhole enthusiasts around planet Earth and throughout the universe. Welcome to TACO, Talking ACO. Finn, the loudmouth, for said ACO, side by side with the Cornhole Dude, Frank Geers. Cheers to you. And let's get it underway. What do you say? This is the Get Bent-onville episode, getting ready for Bentonville, Arkansas. We are here in the ever-evolving ACO Underground, and more on that coming next week. Wait till you find out a little bit more about that. Some cool stuff. But before we get into what's going on here in the Underground, let's address the slide that was up when the show started. The king of Cornwall Cornhole, Tom Collins, self-appointed, but unless anybody's taking him down, he is still the king of Cornwall Cornhole. He has a little, here it would be trash talking, but since he's classy, it's rubbish talking. And that's going to be happening toward the end of the show between him and one particular player in the ACO. So we'll have a point, counterpoint, punch, counterpunch, if you will, with rubbish talking in just a little while. Another video that you're going to want to check out if you haven't, let's go back to last week when we were talking about Wendy Chacon against the Try Guys. Nearly 500,000 views on this video since it was released a week ago Saturday.
Dude, that's awesome.
Unbelievable. So much fun. And they've posted a couple other videos. It's them playing against a world Scrabble champion. And then the one guy goes in and gets pierced at every ear-piercing place in the mall.
So how frequently are they doing these?
I think
once a week, or is it?
I think there's a couple a week coming out, but the one with Wendy was the first one of the new season, if you will, where they went 4-on-1. So it's a little different format, one that everybody seems to like, that they brought back just for this with Wendy. And they brought in a young lady, because typically it's just you against the guys. But they brought in their young lady, Marissa, and she was a great addition to the cast. So if you haven't had a chance to check this out, you'll find it on our Facebook page, pinned to the top. You can click on it and go check it out on their YouTube page. But it's a great way to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube page. Hit the notification button so that you get updates as to when new content is going to be provided and available for you, not the least of which are these ACO fast pitch matches. And we were originally talking about a 3-minute match. But we had to speed it up like an old-time silent movie to do that.
Got a little faster.
Then we talked about 4-minute matches, then 5. So it's right around 5, but it's the best shots and commentary for some of the matches that you've seen, whether it's in the previous major or others that maybe you haven't seen culled down to the top stuff. So the release schedule for these are Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings for usually women's juniors and seniors. Then Saturday you get a break, and then Sunday and Monday is typically the release of the doubles and the singles, or singles and doubles. So just so you have an idea of when to go back and check out and hit that subscribe.
I think they're great, dude. I think they're outstanding. I mean, if you happen to miss the major and don't want to go back and watch the full match, it's a great listening to your guys' commentary is outstanding.
Well,
right? The way it's been sliced and put together by the Heine man, I love it.
It's funny because our average view time on the matches out of Dalton was around 43 minutes. So that's really your commitment. If you've cast it up onto your TV or whether you're at work or whatever, the fun thing is maybe go into a place that has smart TVs and just cast it up onto one of their TVs from your phone and they won't even know. But maybe stick to places that you do know. But yeah, if you want, we'd love for you to watch all the matches because we think it's great. But if you want to get a little sense of what you might be going back to see, and there's a great example of that is the seniors match from Dalton, where Johnny Thomas looked like he was getting his clock cleaned right away from his doubles partner, and he comes back and wins, and he doesn't even know how he did it, but you can watch it happen just like that. So these fast pitch matches are cool. We're going to run one at the end. We're going to run the women's match from Dalton, so you can see that one coming up at the end of the show. But just a reminder, make sure you get on there, subscribe, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get the updates on all these things as they get posted. But the ACO fast pitch matches are awesome.
Yeah, and William Howe poses a question and asked if there's any outline to the schedule in Manchester. Yes, there is. It is on. It should be out there on our Facebook page. Promoting the event there, and the ACO Europe fan page as well. It should also be on the website, I think, where you're purchasing your tickets. So there is an outline out there at AmericanCornhole.com. One of the important things to note from Manchester is the fact that when we are in Manchester with that major, we're running Saturday and Sunday versus Friday, Saturday, and the schedule is a little bit different as well. Maybe we will go over that schedule one more time next week. We'll put that on our notes to come back and talk about that next week.
Well, as long as you've brought it up, we might as well address a couple other things. We talked to Daniel Lilly from the UKCL just a couple hours ago about the welcome party, which looks like we got the right place. We're going to double, triple check it out.
They're having troubles finding what I want to find, though, Finn.
Well, a place with cornhole boards.
With dartboards.
Oh, dartboards? Oh, yeah, there's hardly any places in England with dartboards.
That's the word on the street there, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're looking for that. We'll announce that when it's ready to go. And also the gameplay bags. We had somebody reach out and say, are you playing only with ACO stamped bags? Well, because this came up mid-season, two things. ACO stamped bags, which many of them are available. Quite a few of our bag partners have begun selling through the UKCL, but also UKCL stamped bags and those that conform to our specifications that have been purchased earlier. So they'll all be standard bags to our specs, but that's how that's going to work. So I think it was Tammy Klinger was asking about that. But yeah, so everything will be to our specs, but some may be UKCL sanctioned bags that fit our specs, and the others will be ACO bags. So we might as well put that out there as well. If you haven't seen the new website, there's some great new stuff. I know you were just looking at the history page, which is awesome.
Oh, the history page is awesome, about the ACO page. So that might be some topic of next week's show as well. It's showcasing some of that stuff.
Yep.
Because if you're a player with the ACO and you've only been playing with us for 5 years, you need to go back and actually check out the history of the ACO page, because there's a lot of history there. And I'm just saying, it's some pretty cool stuff to check out there.
Particularly one video where at the time there would have been hair coming out of here, right out of this general vicinity. Right
Take it easy now, buddy.
Yeah, right. Well, look who's talking. But nevertheless, check it out. It's been revamped. It's faster. It's easier to use. And the mobile version is awesome as well. Good time for us to mention our bag partners, since we were talking about those that are selling in the UK. But up in front of us, we got quite the buffet.
That's a pretty good selection up there, Finn.
If you will, starting
look
down
at some of these, but we got
State 31 Cornhole down there from the lower
31.
right. New Mexico Cornhole.
New Mexico.
Love it. And MCC. Haggard Bags, who we were lucky to spend some time with in Medford, Oregon. How about Gators? We got the Gators right there.
The Death Roll.
And then the HL Boards.
Yeah, there you go.
How about that?
All nice stuff, and all approved for this season, man. Ready to get out there and pitch a game with them.
Yes, they are. So we do value our bag partners. We do everything we can to try to help you find more ways to get involved and get out in the cornhole community, not the least of which the Bag Partner Deal of the Day, which is at the Facebook page, drops every day at noon. 2 sets of bags. That's it. 2 sets in one line from one bag broker. That's it. And when they're gone, they're gone. Today, I think it's SS Cornhole, the Sideshow series, are the ones that were featured. But when those are gone, they're gone. So, and I've started to see different players going in, and when they see the bag that might be the bag they play with, they're telling somebody, go get these now.
Sharing it out there.
You're going to love them. And that's really what it's all about, is another way to help you guys, because word of mouth is the best advertising. So anytime you can recommend something coming from a player, I think that's valuable.
I agree with you, man. I mean, if you see these bags and you know a friend of yours that's just getting in the game, share it, because this is a really great way to get your hands on some quality merchandise from one of our bag partners.
$60 all in, shipped. You got to love it. Now, the other thing you can do is, if you're not as brand specific, but you want a set of ACO stamped and approved bags, $30 plus shipping gets you the ACO grab bag that's available at AmericanCornhole.com. But there's another way to get the grab bag, which is free. You get them absolutely free, and all that is be one of the first 100 to pre-register for an upcoming major. If you're one of the first 50, you got 2 chances. If you're one of the first 100, you've got 1 chance. And what you do is you just reach in, you grab a bag that has bags. I know you talked about opening one up and doing a walking taco kind of thing or whatever with the bags, but we'll get to that when we have a little bit of a dead spot, so we can fit that in for you so it all makes sense. It's not bag overload, but you get to grab a set of bags completely at random, absolutely free. This coming weekend in Bent-onville, it's going to be Phil Wynn who's going to have a shot to grab a set of bags. And how about Tyler Amos?
Yeah, I saw his name come up on that, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, I know. So
not that he doesn't win enough already, and now he's won himself a set of bags.
Yeah, and it's always fun to see what they open up. And you can take those bags when you win them. You can trade them. You could sell them if you wanted to, but since you got them for free, it might be more fun to give them to somebody to get them started, trade them, or break them in and use them. Who knows? I would love to track as this continues to go. We're about 5 or 6 weeks into this program, or 5 or 6 majors. I would love to know somebody that grabbed bags through this program
is using them
to good effect. So if you have been doing that and you're one of the first couple of winners, let us know if you've been using them and how you like them. Anthony Russell, glad to have you on the checking us out on the YouTube channel. I know you've got quite a few people checking us out on Facebook. If you've got questions, feel free to bring them. And speaking of winners, in Dalton, we sent out the post-Dalton survey. How about Pam Steins, Georgia's own? She's a Georgia Peach, and she now has entry set up for an upcoming major of her choice, which is a good deal. That's all we do is we ask you to fill out the survey so we can share with our partners in the different cities what it is you liked about the city and what you like to do, where you stayed, that kind of thing. That's valuable information to them just as much as what you do with your bags is to the bag partners. So
I just want a little call out to Greg Schonenberger, who has chimed in. I do, in fact, have a fretboard light on call tonight.
Yeah, so that's his backup beer. He was enjoying those over the weekend.
My Bud Light and then my fretboard.
The reason that he doesn't have that, I have a backup one as well. These were the last 3, Greg, if that tells you anything. And you know how many were here when you got here on Friday. But anyway, and one thing that we wanted to put out there, there's still a lot of gameplay to be had. There are still a lot of majors. And if you are somebody, and we continue to develop in the Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri area, the breadbasket of the U.S., there's still time to qualify for the Worlds. The road to Throwensboro is right in front of you. Check out the proximity of these majors that are still left running up on your screen and behind us here.
They're all over the place,
as well. It's, we'll talk through some of the ones specifically that you've got there.
Specifically, if you're seeing what's scrolling up there, we still have Shreveport, Louisiana on deck. Next week, this coming weekend, we're in Bentonville, Arkansas. Yeah. The following weekend, we're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're in, Shreveport. We got the one in Dallas there, or
Grand Prairie, Texas, Black Hills, Rapid City.
And then we've got the one in Branson, Missouri. And then all of that leads to the World Championships. And there's still, if you're a Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Louisiana, cornhole player, there is plenty of opportunities right now on the table, still left in this season, 4 or 5 majors within 4 to 5 hours of you guys to get to.
And by no means are these the only majors left. This was developed just for folks in that area that are thinking, well, there really aren't as many as.
Good point. That's what we're talking about, right?
This is just really to let everyone know, because outside of those pins, honestly, if you're a couple hours outside of any one of those pins, you're not that far away from all the other pins. So again, think it through and look at the map and check it out and explain how the points, how many points do you have to earn? How do you get there via those points?
Well, here's the other cool thing, Finn, is I know we're looking to try to get a lot of Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas players to come out, but the cool thing about Texas is, Jonathan Straczynski is from Big D is bringing on. He's now become a certified official. We're going to start running some stuff over at AJ's there, which is where our major is going to be.
Sure.
But you only need to get 600 points. When you become a points player within the ACO system and you get your membership, you automatically get 500 points. So now you just have to earn 100 points to be eligible for the World Championships. And that can come via a couple of majors, a couple of regionals. That's going to probably get you enough to get in. Now, if you can't make it to all the majors, just get yourself to enough regionals. And that's only probably 5 regionals you're talking about, 6 possibly if you're not a very good player. but yeah, Finn, it's simple, and there's plenty of time left in the season. We still have 3 or 4 months left. So
and we're also getting to that point too here.
Actually,
in
3 months left. I guess,
yeah, just a couple of weeks where you're going to be able to buy a membership for the rest of this season that will then carry you into landmark season 20 for the ACO. So that's getting ready to be released as well. So another incentive to get that membership, rack that first 500 points, and then get out there and work your way to Owensboro. Owensboro, just such a great city. So happy to be going back to back there. And some other exciting World's talk is already underway for upcoming years, so can't wait to share some of that as well. But so let's talk about that very quickly. You saw that there. So Bentonville, Tulsa, Peoria, they're at the 4-point share. Speaking of Tulsa, don't forget, pre-registration ends this Sunday at midnight for Tulsa. Don't miss out on this one. We posted the Scoreholio link this past week, and that bounced registration quite a bit. So if you've got that Scoreholio link and you want information on those tickets, scan it, boom, go. It's right there at your fingertips. Can't miss it. And we're expecting Tulsa. It's not our first time to Tulsa. I think I might have said that last week, but I had forgotten. We really got kind of kicked in the teeth by COVID. We had a really nice start in Tulsa, then COVID came along and everything reshuffled. So it's the triumphant return to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So looking forward to being there and make sure that you grab your tickets to come out and be a part of that one. From Tulsa, we roll on to Peoria, then Shreveport, Bossier in Louisiana. That's a first time. So Peoria, first time. Shreveport, first time. Cedar Rapids, we're returning to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That's going to be a lot of fun.
One. Yep.
That's a great facility too.
Is it Wendy Blood? Remember Wendy Blood? Yeah, Wendy Blood reached out the other day. She's looking forward to bringing her whole crew back.
No, we got to get
Cedar, man. We got
to get that picture that we put together. We had a huge group picture of the players that she brought out. The only one that wasn't in it was her. So we created something just for her, and I got to go back and find that. I'll share that with Heinerman, and we'll Wendy, we will have you featured next week and show everybody how we incorporated you into that photo in Cedar Rapids. But and then, as you mentioned, Grand Prairie, Texas, outside of Dallas, the Black Hills in Rapid City, South Dakota, an awesome area to go spend a couple of extra days and explore everything from Mount Rushmore to Deadwood, all of that we talked about. Toledo, the Glass City. I'm going to be heading to Toledo. When is this? That's in May.
Toledo's in May.
Toledo.
That's going to be a big one. I'm looking forward to that one, buddy.
I'm going to Toledo in June to see a show at the zoo.
Oh, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, allegedly,
show at the zoo?
If this hack ticket agency that I can't believe I was in the concert business.
At the zoo?
It's at the zoo. And it's not like.
And you got scammed?
Panda. Well, I don't know. I've been in the music business or the concert production business for 30 plus years. And I did something that I constantly told people not to do. I used a third-party ticket broker. And if they f me over, pardon, I didn't say it, I will make it my personal mission to close that business down. And I will lean in on you to help me do it. But nevertheless, if things go well, I'm going to go see Robert Plant and Alison Krauss at the Toledo Zoo. So excited.
At the Toledo Zoo.
Excited for that show. Mobile, Alabama, May 3rd and 4th. And then this one. Let's roll them on this video because I want you to talk about everything that everybody's looking here at Camp Margaritaville. This is the video that you took last year, but they've added a lot of different wrinkles to the housing.
Yeah, so, I mean, one of the cool things that's being added here is you can actually rent an RV, that they have some permanent RVs now.
Campers and stuff, yeah.
So, but this is a house that I got to stay in, and these houses, they're not that expensive. They're less than a couple $100, and you can sleep like 2, 3, 4 people in these things. You have your own kitchenette area. You got your own porch. I mean, it's awesome.
And this is all built around what? A giant lake? How is this?
There's lakes on portions of it. There's a big swimming pool on campus.
Yeah,
Tiki Hut bar. I mean, the facility that we play cornhole is right on campus here. I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, if you're a player that's coming to Florida to play in the Camp Margaritaville event, you want to stay on campus. And there's a lot of different options. Like I said, you can bring your own RV in. You can bring your own camper in and hook up. You can rent an RV there, or you can rent one of these little houses. But it's good stuff.
And the refrigerators hold way more than one beer. But I like your prop. That was nice. And then you turn around here, and is this where you see your neighbors? Is this where you go down to the end here?
I don't know if the volume's on or not, but it is. It's where I end up running into some people that I happen to know. I was surprised that I saw them there, but it was good seeing them. We ended up. They did happen to be my neighbors.
What were the odds that they would be there?
It was extremely odd, and that they were on their porch at the same time.
At the exact same time,
right?
Yeah, the odds
Check
of
this
that.
out, buddy. Do you know those two people?
They garnered your attention? Is that what you're
telling me? You waited all video for that moment.
I've been waiting a year to say that. But yeah, so I mean, you get a sense of the spots that are available. Again, leasable campers if you want to do the camping. But Camp Margaritaville. Camp is in the name. Margaritaville's in the name. And everything's in walking distance. You can't beat it.
And the one thing I want to tell everybody about it, we've said this numerous times on this show, register now.
In advance.
Because you need to register now in advance or you're not going to be able to get a spot there because it is one of those that I think it's limited to about 160 players. So there's limited tickets for this particular one. And it is a lot of fun.
And it'll be another one where we're doing the mystery grab bag. So if you're one of the first 50, you have 2 shots to win that grab bag, and if you're one of the first 100, you've got a shot. So that's when you've got that tight, you need to jump on that quick if you want that extra chance to grab something.
The space is so much fun. I hope you get a chance to get down there to this one maybe this year.
Oh, I definitely want to come down.
It's a lot of fun
because since it isn't a pro series, I can just whip out my Speedo and just go to
all
town.
Poolside, baby.
But go anyway.
Go anyway. Please don't let that deter you from coming.
From there, make sure that you register now. But Branson wraps up not just the season as it has for the last number of years, but also the Pro Series. This will be our 5th Pro Series. And we were going to talk a little bit more about it today, what the additional plan is for the Pro Series. But I think I want to maybe put that off one more week because I want to make sure I understand all of the details of what you were kicking around. I love the idea. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and it's the ability to expand the Pro Series for all those who have been dedicated to it or interested in it all season long, but with just a little bit of a twist, which is what's fun because the best part about the Pro Series over the last 3 years, it's never been the same twice, but that's intentional. We started it with a big bang in Branson. We turned it into a whole season-long opportunity the following year. This year we doubled up and trimmed down, but I love this little final twist.
It's a fun final twist and maybe even more twists that we didn't share yet with the pro players. So you're gonna get all the full details out there next week is the game plan. But hey, David Jones, we appreciate you playing with us. I see you chiming in here. This is your first year playing with the ACO, and you absolutely love it. So thanks again for coming out and enjoying some ACO actions.
All right, well, for some reason, I think you've kicked out my plug over there because my laptop's about to die. Let's do this. Let's talk a little Punta Gorda, the Gulf Coast Classic. We'll get that up there and remind you. Or you could do that.
Or you can look at the plug.
See the plug down there? Am I out?
No, we just need to learn to turn the power on the plug. So when you plug in, you need to turn the power on. So just telling you.
I'm gonna. You know what?
It wasn't on.
One of our grips is gonna get canned. As soon as we hire one, we'll fire them immediately. But anyway, no. So but Punta Gorda in June. That's another one I want to go. And that's the thing. I've got to figure out how to go. May. Oh my God. I got to talk to my boss about vacation if I want to do both Camp Margarita and Punta Gorda. And that's the bad news is if I go to all these and I don't go with her, that might be the end of it. But the Punta Gorda is great because that's run a little bit differently as we've talked about. It starts later in the day, so you have a chance to get out and explore the area. But Twisted Fork and then the 4 Points Sheridan as the 2 different locations, good stuff. And I know you hear us talk about it week in and week out, but we can't emphasize enough how cool it is.
It's so cool. And I tell you, I think we've got to come up with some kind of cool award. Maybe I can talk to the bag partners what that award might be. But we're going to have best dressed teams this year at the Twisted Fork. I mean,
well, talk about what that is for those who don't know. I mean, when I saw it last year, I was part of it over the phone. Actually.
Oh yeah, the Twisted Fork. The way we get that party kicked off in Punta Gorda is we've got at the Twisted Fork, which is a Harley Davidson related bar there, in Punta Gorda itself. We've got the bag makers, Masters Series, basically the bag maker series, and these guys come in with a foursome. And they're playing representing their bag company. Now, bag companies can have more than one team there playing, which a few of them did last year. But these guys and girls come in, and what I would like to see is more what I saw last year with a few of the teams where they got decked out in gear. I mean, I can remember, I think it was like OTT and Gusto and a couple of the other ones that were there. decked their dudes
and
out.
It was matching gear, but it wasn't just your standard jersey. It was pajama looking stuff. It was
Jimmy Buffett style jerseys.
All matched, and it was a lot of fun to watch. And this is your mission: find out who won last year on the bag front, because we talked about it yesterday or last week, and then we didn't go back and look to see who won. But I want to say there was a gammon involved. I'm not 100%
OTT.
sure.
Adam Gilbert's already chiming in, man.
He's got
defending champs. Can't wait.
Okay, it is OTT. So it wasn't Gammon, because Gammon was throwing.
I think Johnny Thomas was on the team. I think was on that OTT team.
Yeah. Adam, who was on your team? Because I do remember that gear. That was fun stuff. Yeah, it was OTT. Yeah, you know me. So, but yeah. So again, just another. Fun, different little something to do. But let's go from all the different things that we do to something that we love to do, and that is turn things over to our man, the Mississippi Ninja, and find out not who he thinks is going to win in Bentonville, who is going to win in Bentonville. Roll 'em.
Welcome to another episode of Time to Feel. I am headed to Bentonville, Arkansas this week, and I'm at 870. As a tradition, when I'm heading to Bentonville, I got to come over here. When they wanted to let everybody know, they have this Arkansas Slider Cup. I know it's not going to make some of my friends happy over there. We don't care. But anyway, let's start out with women. I got to go with Kim Dice, but watch out for Ashley Irvin in this field. In juniors, I'm going with Spencer Garner, who told me he's going to come into play. He's not signed up. And in seniors, I got to go with Carl Stenger. Watch out for Dan DeClue and Paul Schroeder, and I hope that guy that won it last year makes a run. In co-ed, I'm going with Chad and Kim to take this down, but watch out for the Irvins, but watch out for this team. Jackie Amos and Terry Amos to make a run here in co-ed. In doubles, I'm going to go with the team of Gary Bearpaw and Sebastian Barger to take this down, but there's some really good teams in there. In singles, I'm going to go with Sebastian Barger, but watch out for Gary Bearpaw and a few others that can make a run here. And that's going to be my picks this week for Time to Feel. If you think I should pick you, prove me wrong.
Interesting. He put quite a bit of pressure on Sebastian Barger there. So, but Bearpaw, who knows? I mean, he made some good picks, but I think the thing that he's gotten really good at is backing those picks with a, hey, watch out for. Because typically,
he covers his spread. He hedges his bets, man. Yeah. That's what I call that hedging.
Vegas does not frowns upon that sort of thing, Phil. But no, appreciate the picks, brother. It was good to see him out in 870 country, and it's going to be a big one. Bentonville is a lot of fun. That's another one I want to get out to. That's the thing. I've got to win the lottery or something so I can just independently travel to all these that I keep hearing about are so much fun. That said, I might be coming home in a body bag from some of these too as well. So be careful if you're out there.
Well, the Bentonville one, it's an extra special one just because it is one of the only ones or the only one on our radar that our friends in the ACO can roll in with their own coolers and actually...
It's the only one where
we allow you're
sanctioned
to roll in
officially
with your own drinks.
To BYOB, no matter what else has happened in the past, which we may or may not talk about.
No, but it's going to be a good one, man. And there's some great names coming out, and they're all fun people to party with.
Yeah, and I know Chad and Kim are going to be there, so hopefully we'll have an episode of Chad and Kim's Excellent Cornhole Adventure that we can add in. We always invite you to send your videos, and we're going to get to one here in a moment. You saw the opening of the program with the king of Cornhole, Tom Collins. What exactly does he have to say? We'll get to it here in just a moment, but a little bit of rubbish talking to one member of the ACO in particular who's been mouthing off across the Atlantic. I hope he's paying long-distance rates, international rates when he does this. But we'll get to that in a moment because we want you to submit your videos. They don't have to be high production. They can just be you out doing your thing, whatever it is. A minute to 90 seconds, send it to taco@americancornhole.com. We'll figure out how we can get them on an upcoming episode of The Taco. Somebody who's very, very good at it, time and time again over the past few years. And back with it, our man Rich Pyle and Whole Nation with the executive producer Tracy Pyle from Whole Nation, and what they like to call Shot of the Week.
Thanks, Finn and Frank. Welcome to this segment brought to you by Whole Nation. I'm your host, Rich Pyle. I'm going to show you a cornhole shot from a recent tournament. A pivotal shot, a game-changing shot, a shot you don't get to see every day. Check out this Shot of the Week.
This Shot of the Week comes to us from the winners' quarterfinals at the ACO Dalton Major. 15-year-old Mason Higgins was on the road to victory and take down the singles division, but first he had to go through Tyler Goodwin. It was a close match, 19-19. Tyler had a blocker up and just missed the airmail. Mason could put it on for one, but why prolong the inevitable? So he shoots and he scores with a beautiful airmail to end the game. Great shot, Mason, and congratulations on your first major singles win.
Thanks for watching this week's Shot of the Week. Now let's turn it back over to the Taco Show with Frank and Finn at the ACO World Headquarters. Frank, Finn?
Dude, that was a shot.
That was a great shot. A very subdued reaction to such a great
right?
shot.
For winning the major and everything else on top of that with a great shot. Yeah, it was just like, hey, I do that all the time.
Well, you know, no worries. But yeah, thank you, Rich and Tracy. Appreciate you. And they have archives filled with great shots. So the Whole Nation Shot of the Week, glad to have that back. And maybe you'll be firing that Shot of the Week out of Bentonville. Who knows? Again, send your videos if you want to. Taco at AmericanCornhole.com. Whether it's out in your backyard or whatever, it doesn't have to be at a major. We're tracking Chad and Kim through as they go to majors and other things that they do. And Whole Nation Shot of the Week obviously is what it is. One thing that sort of started bubbling up, and I think this started in Owensboro last year when Tom Collins and his family, his wife Emma and his daughter Millie, and it was Matt Bailey and Tamsin, his wife, and our guy Toby came over from Cornwall. It seemed like everything was going smoothly, but apparently there was some bubbling tension between Tom, the Cornwall Cornhole King, and one member of the current ACO, and it's sort of come to a head now. Almost, I mean, it kind of threw me that this guy is willing to actually travel across the Atlantic now to put an end to this, or maybe it's just the beginning. What do you think?
Are you serious? You're talking about something serious right now.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, normally in this country we call it trash talking, but because it's coming from over there,
A little bubbly.
it's a little classier. It's a little rubbish talking. You have to listen carefully,
Rubbish.
but it is subtitled, but you have to follow along. But listen very carefully. There's some pretty heavy rubbish talk being thrown down here from Tom Collins.
People ask me, who is AT? Well, let me tell you who AT is. AT is one of those awful colonial fellows. You know, a big buffoon. He's the one who wears the Dark Horse Cornhole t-shirts. He's a Neanderthal. He's got bruised knuckles when he drags him along the ground. The guy is not a thinker. He believes that he can come over and win our European Championship in our own back garden. It's ridiculous. In fact, let's talk about it no more.
Yikes. Whew. That's serious. Colonial. He called him a colonial, a knuckle-dragging colonial.
You know, here's the Tom though. I mean, I'm gonna open another.
All right.
This is my form of tea.
Yeah, there you go. Right on.
Tom, I like the smack talk there.
Well,
the rubbish.
It's pretty good talk there, the rubbish talk. But you know, if you know A.T. Klinger, you know that is not going to go unanswered.
What?
So we reached out.
Counter punches.
We reached out and said, what do you think of this? And I don't think anything about this is going to surprise you. A.T.?
Frank and Finn, I'd like to thank you for allowing me on your show. I'd like to address the words of this supposed king of Cornwall. He sits comfortably in his padded chair, sipping his cuppa, saying that we're barbarians, saying that we're misfits. Well, history lesson for you, sir. We once had misfits in our country. We sent them back to England. That's how we do it in the States. son. I will beat you in your back garden. I'll beat you in your front garden. Hell, I'll even beat you in the side gardens. I'm going to steal your crown from you, sir, and I will tarnish it with your shame and embarrassment. Dark Horse is coming. I will be the new king of Cornwall, right here in Kentucky, United States. I'm a big, fat, greasy, Neanderthal American winning machine. Woo!
I think my favorite part of it is when you think he's done, he goes, "Nope, I got something else. I'm coming back."
Coming back.
Big greasy Neanderthal. Oh my God! Well, I don't think we've heard the last of this battle. The transatlantic handshake might turn into transatlantic fisticuffs. Who knows? But I will tell you this: we'll be there to cover every single bit of it as the
You're
ACO.
going to be there to cover it because I think we need to live stream a special match of theirs.
Oh, absolutely!
I think that's what we got to do, man.
Absolutely. Whether they're going to be throwing bags or throwing hands, I think the gauntlet has been officially thrown down between. And what's funny too is, AT is the king of Cornwall cornhole. There actually isn't a king of Cornwall. There is the Duke of Cornwall, and there's a lot of history tied into Cornwall. I've been doing my research. The King Arthur legend centers around Cornwall. There's a lot of really cool stuff there. There's the Eden Project. There's a lot of cool stuff. So we will keep an eye on this hotly contested rivalry that has developed across the Atlantic Ocean. Tom Collins, the king of Cornwall cornhole, versus A.T. Klinger, the self-proclaimed Kang of America. He's dressed as the Kang before, so let's not underestimate A.T. Klinger. We shall see, but I do not think we've heard the last of this rivalry, and we will continue to pursue it until Wheels Up and we head to England. Speaking of which, Manchester, England, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we are so close. And how many states are represented? I mean, we have 12 states.
12 states, dude.
I mean, this is like a major in Georgia. We have 12 states. We have 12 states going to Manchester, England.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I can't ramble them all off, but I can ramble a bunch off, man, for you. I mean, we got Alaska going. We got California going. We got Missouri going. We got Kansas going. We have Virginia going. We've got Ohio going. We've got Michigan going. We've got Georgia going.
Did you mention Kentucky? Clearly,
we've got Kentucky going. I mean, dude, it's a list of 12, and it's a lot.
I don't know much about geography, but I think if you look at the globe, okay, and England's here, I think the shortest trip is going to be for Chandler in Alaska. I think it's like a 45-minute Uber over the top. It might be. He goes over the top, doesn't he?
I forget. I think it might have been AT sending me his link and book and travel. He's traveling like 4,025 miles or something like that. Right. You know, that's
just to come home with his head between his legs.
And that's just coming from Kentucky there.
Yeah. So anyway, all of this getting ready to happen. We'll have more information for you on the welcome party. Going to be big fun. David Lloyd, Manchester North is the venue. Looking forward to that. And this is a great thing too. We ordered the drink holders and working out the final design on these drink holders. And I love it. Talking to Daniel Lilly.
This is funny.
This is like, he's like, oh, this is great. This is how much they are. We should at least get the one. And we're all looking at each other like, the one? He goes, yeah, for center court or for whatever. And Frank's like, no, get them all. He goes, all? How many are there? He goes, well, there's 2 per court. He said, 2? He goes, we're not nearly as posh as you Americans. So like if you're not on the side of the drink holder playing doubles, you have to set your drink on the floor. We're like, no, we'll spring for that. Let's make that happen. So the drink holders, there will be on each end, but I love it. Because the other thing they talked about, drinking isn't a huge part of cornhole.
Well, they're on order. I'm just hoping they get delivered in time.
There is that. We may have to hire the cast of maybe the remaining cast of Wizard of Oz to stand there and hold them. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I'll probably be banned from Europe for saying that. But yeah, it was just kind of funny because drinking isn't a huge part of cornhole in England.
So it's interesting. So in all honesty, and talking with Daniel, in England right now, and Europe in general, they actually go out and play the sport first,
then they go,
and then go drink afterwards. Versus the way the sport was conceived in the U.S. was as a tailgating activity,
right.
Backyard fun, where we've brought drink along with the game and never let it leave because it's part of the game's DNA, right? So it's really interesting to see how the rest of the world is embracing cornhole versus the actual way we play it here in the States.
And how they're incorporating it into other sports and other, obviously we don't play darts here the way they play darts there, but Daniel Lilly ran the Dart Federation in that whole area. Knows if you ever watch Premier League darts.
So there's the question.
He was part of that whole thing with the 180 guy.
Now, so my question to Daniel would be is, do they drink while they're playing darts, or do they play their game of darts and then go drinking?
Well,
because every single bar
has
darts probably.
Well, and this is the thing that I want to know, because I was asking him, because I watched Premier League darts for years, and I knew some of the characters that played, and they're not drinking while they're playing on TV,
right.
But they're in arenae that hold thousands of people who are drinking pitcher after pitcher after pitcher, cheering for what they're watching up on. I mean, it's literally thousands of people at these dart matches where they're standing, throwing darts from me to you right now. And these matches, people are nuts. They dress up like their favorite players.
Right.
Everybody looks like your uncle who's throwing. But I gotta think if you get good and you're drinking and you're playing in the pub, I've got to think that if you're going to take it to the next level, you probably have to cut it out because you have to really only be able to see one bullseye or that trip or the double spot or whatever. So, but there's going to be quite a bit of dart playing, and I'm hoping, Daniel, I'm counting on you. I used to have a really nice set of darts that I won somewhere, but then
You're bringing your own darts with you?
Well, no, I don't have them anymore. I had a really nice dartboard and a really nice set of darts. I don't know where they went. I probably lost them in the divorce. They're probably stuck in my back. So can you check real quick? Are they in my
Wait,
back?
Craig Smith chimes in. 2 pints at least before a dart is thrown.
Okay.
So
thrown here. So he's coming in from.
No, he's in Europe, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he's coming in from.
He's speaking to us
from Europe. So he's giving us the real deal.
Yeah,
real time.
You got to actually be chimed in. You know what I'm saying?
Right on. So all right. Well, very good.
Love it. Thanks,
now,
Craig Smith.
I'm curious though on the TV if they tip a pint or two before they go out and do the thing. But we'll find out. That's why we go. That's why we ask the questions. That's why we do what we do. We are constantly on a mission for knowledge.
Craig Smith, Scotland.
Scotland.
Are you showing up at the tournament? Craig, are you coming?
You got to come out, mate. You got to come out. I love Scotland. I had an opportunity to go. Played a few of the golf courses. I've never seen a greener green than Scottish green. So just gorgeous. We did Glen Eagles. I did the new course at St. Andrews. I played 9 holes in about 45 minutes because the rain was coming in this way, and we were just hit it and get it. It was almost like a polo match the way we were playing. But went to Old Tom's and got to do some great stuff. So Scotland, one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. Can't wait. If you're able to come out, Craig, would love to talk to you about more places that only you would know about. We did Edinburgh and went up the streets and saw the castle and everything else. I'm telling you, if you have a chance, even still, if you have a passport and you've been on the fence about this,
so Craig is coming,
go.
By the way. He's bringing his 10-year-old boy out as well for juniors.
Outstanding.
So I love it.
Outstanding. Well, if you can still make it happen, do this, because put a few days on either end of the tournament and go explore. I know you're doing some Ireland.
Going to go down to Cornwall maybe? And
going to hit Cornwall. Going to work our way back up. We're looking at maybe Bath or maybe Birmingham. I want to get through Wolverhampton because I want to get up and get a jersey for the Wolves. But we're going to work our way back through to get to Manchester, and can't wait. Going to head down toward Gatwick to do. I mean, we're doing everything we can do in the 10 days we're going to be there. Make the most of this, and I can't emphasize this enough. Not just the Manchester tournament, any of these tournaments, Camp Margaritaville, Punta Gorda, Medford, Oregon, any place in Texas that we go. We had a blast down at just outside of Texas A&M last year when I got to go with you. We had barbecue in a place that looked like it was there before the earth was formed. It was crazy. I was afraid it was going to fall down on us, but the food was absolutely outstanding.
You know what I'm looking forward to, Finn, is we've already talked about it tonight, is 12 states represented come out there.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to some of these cornhole players that are actually coming out there, and to talk to how many of them. Is this your first time outside of the United States?
Out of the country, yeah.
Out of the country. I'd love to know from a percentage standpoint, how many of the people that are coming to this event, this is their first time outside of the United States. That'd be a fun thing to talk about.
Use it to do that. I mean, Tammy and Junior are coming. That's going to be.
Is that their first time? I don't know.
I don't know, but I know.
I want to know that kind of.
Knowing what I know of them,
right?
I can't wait to get their impression of this trip. Caleb's coming. He and Adrian are coming because we told him we're going to do this, and we're bringing Caleb Hurt with us. We're coming loaded for bear. And AT, no, he will not be your doubles partner. But yeah, so I mean, but I know, Caleb lives on a road named after his family. My guess is probably not been to England, only because he told me he hadn't. But I can't wait to get his perspective on this and seeing it like this. And I'm with you. And I can't wait to, having done it, go do things I didn't do. Just like, and we're expecting the Cornwall folks, and I would expect maybe more to come this way back to Throwensboro in July. So that brings us around full circle to where we started. Season 19, plenty of time still to get to Throwensboro, Kentucky. If you want to be involved, the pin map is out there. Look at all the list of upcoming majors. We're going to give you your Tuesday night bag. Unless you got any other questions. There haven't been a lot of questions. In fact, Anthony Russell's really the only one chiming in on the YouTubes. So unless you've got something there.
No, I got no questions over here right now.
All right.
I am looking forward to, Finn, being out there and playing this game out there. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wait.
There's some serious talent coming out from the States. And I'm looking forward to seeing, Daniel's talked about, how good the play is out there in Europe. So I'm looking forward to bringing the two worlds together and getting this game going, baby.
Yep, absolutely. And Daniel will be running point on Europe proper for us, and we're looking forward to that relationship with the UKCL continuing to develop and grow. And, again, world domination, it sounds big, but it's just a simple goal. Universal domination. We'll work on that with the folks from the Hubble telescope and everything else. Once they find other places for us to go, we'll go there. I think I've had enough fretboard lights, so maybe we should wrap things up.
Call it time. I got a big trip to Arkansas too.
Yes, that's right. He's going to be on the road early. So if you need him, call him about 4:15 a.m. Eastern. And have a chat. In the meantime, happy Taco Tuesday to you. Glad we were able to answer your questions. For those checking in across the pond, can't wait to get there. Cheers to you, my brother. Safe travels. Bentonville, go get them, baby. We'll have results for you next Taco Tuesday. And I have a feeling the feud across the Atlantic will continue between Tom Collins and A.T. Klinger. We'll bring you up to speed next week. Share this episode. Smash the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Hit that bell so you're notified. And one of the things we're going to notify you about are these ACO fast pitch games. And before we wrap things up and run the credits, we will show you one of these, the women's fast pitch, just to give you an idea of what it's all about. But before we do that, Finn the loudmouth for the ACO, just saying, have a good Taco Tuesday, turning things back over to Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude, to say goodbye for the moment.
Keep on pitching.
First game goes to Miss Dice.
How about that? Kim Dice, the
running
first
right
one.
back.
Needs to be two, so now it's the next one that wins it all here for the women's championship.
Nice finish by Kim.
You want to talk about differing. Oh boy, differing styles of delivery.
Kim grabs the first 4 points of this game. Kim trying to double dip Megan Puckett. 10-point wash by the ladies.
All right. Nice bag right there, up and over. She took Megan's with it. Now Megan going to be able to sneak one in. She does. Takes a couple back right there and takes the lead back. 6-on-4 at center court. Again, this center court finds itself at the Dalton Convention Center, Dalton, Georgia.
Temptation Island, Finn.
Up and over.
How about hit that? How about that? What a shot.
What a shot. Takes us 2
Kim
points
Dice.
back. Doubles up.
And Megan a chance to pick up 4 here.
She's going to sneak it around left to right. Oh, she stacks it up.
Two.
Take the 2, right?
She'll take 2. She ain't mad. Oh, nice airmail.
Oh, Kim's going to have a seat. What's going on?
Megan takes a look. Kim's going to take a rest.
That's what it is. A little timeout.
Let's see if Megan. I think this is a shot she can shoot.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be a big time hurt, even if she misses.
I love if you watch Megan as she's walking back. It's like she's running through every mathematical potential equation up and over.
Oh, she knocks one in. She's okay with that.
One off.
Yeah.
Now she's just going to run this through. She's going to slick side down.
She grabs a point on it. Kim does.
Yep.
Kim opens the door one more time for 2.
Yep. She's going to step out a little bit.
Nice finish by
nicely done.
Megan Puckett. Yeah. I think the women's division is the most equal division of everybody. There's not, but parity. Because there's not 2 or 3 women that really separate themselves in here. Because any of these women can win any week
on any given day. Megan's left one out to the right side. She's gonna have to pay for that one if she's just smart enough to not.
And that just crawled in.
So now a little more defense being played now. Kim jumps back out to the lead there with that 12-on-10 in the last frame.
Yeah, now the door's open for the score again right here.
Yep. In the 17th frame.
Yeah. Nice bag. She moves hers a little closer.
Brian Jones out there on the outskirts of center court.
Brian Jones,
Mia Ray.
The legend.
Boy,
and that's 4. That's 6, man. Megan cannot miss again in this frame. And she's going to put some pressure on her. She's got to go in, Finn.
Get it in.
And she does.
She does.
But there's 19. There's no room for any mistakes here by Megan Puckett.
Yeah. Just for that, I think he took around $6,000 away for the entire major.
Look at she is ticked, man. You never see that much emotion out of her.
Not happy.
And Megan can't capitalize. Only gets 2.
Only gonna take the 2 when she could have had the 4, but you know what? She'll take 19-on-12 versus 20-10.
And now it's just who's going to miss first.
Yeah, who's going to make the mistake.
Yep.
Where she is catching just enough of a hole to get those bags to drop down in. All right, she's going to pick up a couple here.
It was nice bag, leaving that bag up.
Fall.
I like that bag by Megan.
By Megan, pinched it up there.
Now, right through it, slick side, man. Kick hers out. Yep.
Coming in hot.
There it is.
Right.
Didn't quite kick her bag out.
Nope. Kim's going to step out and try to run through that, take them both.
Oh, and the danger of that was missing, giving up 4, but she only gave up 2, yeah.
First game was 21-12.
Yeah.
That was Kim over Megan in the double dip situation. But now, we're 19-on-14.
Yeah.
So go back and take a look at seniors and see what's going on.
Oh, and Megan just went off the back, Finn.
That could do it.
Yep. Went off the back, Finn. One that just got away, and Kim's got to finish up. A 4-bagger puts her in that purple jersey.
Yep.
Another one,
yeah.
There it is. Megan must go in.
Got to go in.
There it is.
All right.
It's tongue out.
There it is.
Bag right down the middle. Look at that.
How about that?
How about the fist pump, too, man?
Yeah, she overcame quite a bit of frustration, a couple of lead changes, and so on and so forth. And I'll tell you what, congratulations, Kim Dice, the women's champion here in Dalton, Georgia.
This is how many so far this year for you? Come on.
This maxed me out today.
This maxed you out? Give me some.
All right. Nicely done. Right up there. Look right up there at that camera.
Right there. See?
Pose down a little bit.
Come on. There you go. So you'll be playing for the Women of the Year?
Yeah,
man, how about that? Cool. That's awesome, man. It's really.
I'll tell you what, double dipping, never any fun to have to do, and to do it against Megan Puckett the way that you did.
So great today.
Amazing.
So great.
I mean, and it was a slugfest.
Every major is always a battle, and there's always, I would say, 5 to 10 girls that could be
Absolutely.
in the mix every
Absolutely.
time.
Kim Bubbles Dice, nicely done. She sliced and diced her way through the loser's bracket, double-dipped Megan Puckett for the women's championship here, adding another purple jersey or another coin to that purple jersey, and maxing out for Women's Player of the Season. So we shall see what happens as we work our way to Thronesboro, Kentucky for back-to-back World Championships. This will be season 19. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Nicely done.
First game goes to Miss.
Hi, I'm Rich Pyle, the host of Hole Nation, where we share everything this cornhole and a lot more. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and catch our new videos every Wednesday at 7. And remember, whether it's sticky or slick side down, bring it.